Hey guys, it is Natalie Diaz with Twiniversity. We are here live on a very, very, very windy day in New York City. Unfortunately, we wanted to be with you yesterday, but of course the monsoons arrived yesterday, and today it is just the tornadoes, which feel like is going through. So get ready because we have an unexpected adventure in store for you guys. And the good thing is we're not doing it alone. We only have Ginger with us today. We'll bring her out in a second, and then we have the new baby. But we also have Anders, our camera person today. You could wave to them.
Hello.
You did it. Oh, you're so good. You flipped it. As chance would have it, Julie, you're never going to believe this. Anders is a twin. He is a fraternal twin. Are you A or B?
I'm A. I came out first.
Yep. He's A. So we got a baby A with us, which of course is the first one to leave the nest. So that totally makes sense. Today we are going to take the phil&teds Voyager Stroller throughout the streets of New York City. We're doing it live, so we get to ask your questions live while we're here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if they're not here yet, our friends from phil&teds will actually be joining us to answer live questions with us. So this stroller is a 1+1 stroller. So I always say, Anders, I don't know if you know this, and by the way, I did tell Anders I'm going to be teaching him a few things today. So I don't know if you guys know the different types of strollers that are out there. So take a look at this one, Anders. So this, if you look at it, you say, yes, it accommodates 2 children. This is a twin stroller. But in all sincerity, this is what we call a 1+1 stroller, meaning that when you buy the stroller, it comes with all the bells and whistles for one child, and then you have to buy a doubles kit for the second child. Right now, we're looking at an optional addition to what the stroller could be. The stroller already does so many different things. We're going to look at a lot of different configurations today, so get ready. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's discussion, please tell me who you are, where you live, and how old your twinnies are. Because if we know that you have 3-year-old kids, I could say, okay, this is the best way to use it for 3-year-old twins. If you have infants, I'll show you more infant configurations. But right now, we are starting off with the infant configurations. And of course, in classic Twiniversity form, we will be doing giveaways throughout our entire live feed. And Anders, if you play your cards right, we might even let you enter 1 or 2 of them. That is the way that we're doing it today. So Julie is still on with us today. She and Anders will be in constant communication through this live feed. Also, do me a favor, can I have some thumbs up that you guys can hear me okay? So thumbs ups, hearts, they say okay, that's all that I need. We're doing this micless and flightless because we're going on the fly. I do not want to be restricted of where we're going today, but I do think I know where we want to go. Anders, should I give them a clue? All right, Anders says yes. Then what we're gonna do is we are going to visit a spot in New York City that you would never know was there. You probably, if you were touring around, you wouldn't realize you're there. But it is the opening scene of my all-time favorite Disney movie. And no one even knows that. Anders didn't even know that it was here. But I know that it's here. And it's in walking distance of where we are right now. So show them beautiful little Italy, Anders. Ooh, I don't hear their oohs and ahs, Anders.
Ooh. Thank you.
So let us get into our stroller talk because we do have to get to so many different things, and I'm always worried that in a little over a half hour we'll be able to get to all the different features that this stroller has. It's slightly overwhelming. I did a video call with our friends from phil&teds the other day, and I said, how many configurations does this stroller have? And it was a lot. Sorry, it was so many they did not actually have them added up. Right now I know that we're using this in the car seat configurations. So let's start off by talking about the phil&teds car seat. If you are like, I don't want anything heavy, I'm gonna be in and out of public transportation, I'm gonna be taking Ubers, Lyfts, blah, 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 this is definitely one of my all-time favorite car seats because it is one of the lightest car seats on the market. It is called the Alpha. Ooh, now, don't get too excited. It does not have as many bells and whistles as many car seats on the market, but simply, I'm gonna sit here, Anders, so you can see me in my car seat at the same time. Ah, my knee. So, I want to talk about car seats in general and things that you need to look for. Anders, why don't you literally sit down with me?
Right.
How about that? Is that good for you?
That's
You're
awesome.
Right, you don't make plans. So, Anders, do you know that when you have your children, you must come home with a car seat? Your children cannot be discharged from the hospital without a car seat. So, when you're talking about what gear do you need, this is an instrumental piece of gear because they won't let your babies leave from the hospital. And the reason is, I'm gonna grab Ginger. Okay, so then Ginger can see Ginger. Come on, Ginger, this is Ginger. Ginger, say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. So this car seat, come over here, Anders. I'm gonna keep making you get up and down like I do. But this is what they call a 5-point harness system, okay? So if you look, it has a clasp in the middle, 2 on the side, and then 2 on the chest. This, all we have to do is push and pull. I always like to overthink it. I actually think I want my tinier baby for this right now. This is not really configured for Ginger. This baby, of course, is way too small, but we're gonna put her in it anyway. So the Phil and Ted's Alpha car seat can accommodate children from 4 pounds and up, which is as far as you guys go, right? Because I'm gonna assume that most of you are having twins if you don't already. You really should only get a car seat that starts at 4 pounds because people say like, oh, what's the big deal? It starts at 5 pounds. It's actually 25% of their body weight if you think about it that way. So it does make a really big difference. When you are setting up your car seat by week 30, your base needs to be in the car seat. Everything needs to be set. Please do not be one of those parents that are at the hospital installing car seats. Like, Anders, if I had one thing to do, like there's a million things I would do as a hobby, but one thing I would do as a hobby is stand outside of the labor and delivery rooms and help people put in their car seats. Because it is shocking of how often people do it incorrectly. So while I think that you guys are doing it correctly, I would really love if you would go and check to make sure that your car seat is installed correctly. You could go to a website called Safe Kids. Julie could put the website in for you guys. And there are certified child passenger safety technicians all over the country. Good news, I'm one of them. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit right now. So with this baby, and by the way, Anders, this baby doesn't have a name. She was bought at a garage sale. Ginger has a brother named Fred, and he is still on vacation. She looks like she has thrush. She doesn't, not that you know what thrush is. I do, but she doesn't have thrush, guys. She was just bottle feeding yesterday. That's part of my demo. But she doesn't have a name, and I think that perhaps our audience, I think it's time that this baby has a name. Since we've officially stolen it from my daughter, are we saying that she's a little girl? I think we're gonna say she's a little girl. I think the bow in the hair gives it away, but honestly, I can't say that I never put a bow in my boy's hair just for funsies. So let's name this little chick, throw out some names that you think it is. Julie's gonna send us some runners up, and then Anders is gonna pick the winner. I know it's a lot of pressure, but now you become part of Twiniversity history. Do you see how this is happening? So if you look at our little nameless baby's shoulder straps, one thing that I really want you guys to pay attention to is, I'm gonna take this off because I want you to see the strap, but it does have removable seatbelt covers, which is really, really nice. When you have your car seat, when your children are in the rear facing position, it should be at or below their shoulders. If you look at the way her little car seat is, to be honest with you, that's kind of at. What do you say? I think that's at. I would say that's at. And then there's another thing that I want you to do, and it's called the pinch test. And so if you look what I'm doing, I'm trying to pinch this. So honestly, this would be too loose because I can pinch it, and all I should have to do, I mean, she's really in there tight, but I would just have to pull the strap that's down here and tighten it up. Clearly, she's not ready to be discharged from the hospital. This baby is way too small, but I just want to let you know that at or below for going home, and then also the pinch test. If you do those two things, I would personally feel much more comfortable. So if we also look at this Alpha car seat, and Ginger, you're gonna hold that for me now, you're gonna see that it really doesn't come with a lot of bells and whistles because the price point is so amazing. For $199 per seat, which I know you're like, oh my God, that's a lot. For a seat that is this compact, this lightweight, and this aesthetically beautiful, I think it is, by the way. I think this is a huge, huge win. But it doesn't come with an extended canopy. Like, there's definitely some things that you're not getting. But as far as this particular Alpha car seat, when we talk in Twiniversity classes, it's always been one of my favorite, especially for families that don't own a car. The $199 that this car seat that it costs does come with the base. If you are planning on never using the base and only using the car seats for a travel system, sell the bases. Like, immediately. Like, you don't need the bases to install a car seat. And so for the $199 that you paid, you could sell the bases online for $30-40 each, and you could take that off the cost of the car seat. Do you see where I'm going with this? Because we need to save a simple penny. Now, even though this is a phil&teds Voyager Stroller, and even though these are phil&teds Alpha seats, what they have done, which I think is super genius of phil&teds, is instead of making a car seat adapter for their particular seats, phil&teds is like, listen, we know you guys love us. You don't have to use our seats. You could use any car seats. So if grandma and grandpa decide to go buy you another car seat, you don't have to say, oh my gosh, I can't have those car seats because what am I gonna do? Have no fear, because what phil&teds has done is they've made a universal car seat adapter. It's pretty remarkable, and that is why I had to show it to you. So if you look over here, Anders, oh, the wind, Anders, it's coming. So if you look over here, this car seat is not snapping into anything. Could you see down here? And you could totally look at my pants underneath. I'm good with it.
Yeah, me tilt it
but
down just
this
a bit.
car seat is in there. It has a little bit of a wiggle, but it's nothing to panic about. This car seat is definitely not falling out. But if you look, it's just sitting on a metal base. And the way that it gets installed is that on this metal base, it has these straps. Do you want to undo that one on that side?
Yeah.
So you undo these little straps. I'm going to do my side. Anders has got his side. And then once those straps are off, we thread it through. I can't see. I'm going to try, guys. I'm doing this blind, guys. Anders, can I have an assist, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, kind sir. It's got to go like a little bit towards up by the canopy. We're doing it, guys. Anders will get it. He doesn't have babies yet. We're teaching him today. I gotcha.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay, there we go. Even blind, I could do it. That's like the best part about baby gear and me. Okay, so once you have these little straps, which by the way could be used, like I said, with any car seat, the car seat comes off, and now I just have that base, which is pretty fantastic. So this could be used with a multitude of car seats, and when this is not in use, I just keep these little straps together. I thought this was pretty smart. I mean, I know it's a lot of pieces and you do have to buy them separately, and I believe that each piece is around $50. So know that if you are going to use their car seats, you're gonna end up having to shell out an extra $100 just for the car seat adapters. But to me, I think that if you love the Voyager Stroller, and we're gonna see if you love it, this would really, really be a great option. So there are so many different configurations of this car seat. And so this was just one of them where we can easily accommodate our twin car seats right from the hospital. We're gonna take these pieces out, and another thing that I was just using is that they have extender clips. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a modular system of strollers. It's not a very typical stroller. There are a lot of, +1 strollers that are out there. This one, you could keep buying pieces for it, and I feel like it's like the Lego of baby strollers in a really positive way, because I could start with one configuration, become discontent by the way that is, and then literally spend $60 or so, and then upgrade and have a whole new system just by adding these extender clips. You need your phone? There it is, Anders. Anders couldn't find his phone. So I am going to take these extender clips off. I'm gonna do it, guys. Got it. So I'm gonna take these extender clips off for now. And I'm even gonna ruin, I don't have a manicure, by the way. I do my nails at home. I don't want anybody to think it's fancy. But look at this guy too. So with the configuration that we just had, 2 babies are easily there. So Ginger, she's not strapped in. Please do not try this at home. Clearly Ginger is not a real baby, so don't get mad at me. I don't want to get a hate mail, but I just wanted you guys to see how easy it is to have 2 car seats on the go. All right, we're gonna undo this one too. Beautiful. This one I was smarter about. For the first one that I did, I'm always not that smart. Okay, Ginger, you're gonna sit here for a second. Let's look at this base. Okay, Anders, you don't look at many stroller bases, I'm imagining, in your everyday life.
Nope.
I am telling you now, I do. And what I love about this base is that if you live in, Nebraska, or if you live in Lincoln Center, I love the flatness and like the mattness of this frame. It is also very, very, very lightweight. So for a 1+1 stroller, that's one of the benefits that you're gonna get, is you're gonna get a really lightweight frame, because this frame was made for 1 baby, and then they figured out how to accommodate our twins. So I'm gonna put our little car seat extenders over there. Our car seat adapters over there. If you look here, now this is the crazy thing, because we're never gonna be able, by the way, to get to all of the configurations of the seats today. If you guys wanna see one in a particular fashion, I will try my best. But the Jenga Lego kit of strollers, here it is. So notice that we have an attachment point in the front, we have the main seat attachment point, and then we have a rear attachment point. Now, Anders, I'm gonna ask them a question. Are you ready for your question? This is a true or false question. If you answer the true or false question correct, and Julie randomly chooses your name, you will win a $10 Amazon gift card. Okay, Anders, are you ready for the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you cannot answer it out loud, Anders. You got it?
Okay.
You can nod or shake your head either way.
Okay.
This company, phil&teds, a company that is a New Zealand-based company, created the inline stroller. Is that true or false? Phil&teds created the inline stroller. True or false? Answer now. Can you finish the song while I get our seats? All right, Jewel, let us know who won, and we will announce it, and it's really so exciting. Yeah, remember how I told you this is a 1+1 stroller and you have to buy the doubles kit? This is the seat that comes with the main stroller. Notice that this seat actually has a different kind of fabric than the doubles kit, which honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I have a leaf in here. Look, a leaf flew in. Fall is upon us. So this is the main seat that it comes with. It does come with a belly bar. And so we could show you the belly bar in a second. This also has, what is this called, Anders? That's a trick question. It's the same attachment. This is called, how many points is this?
6.
5. It is a
I missed it.
5-point. You almost had it. This is a 5-point harness with padded shoulder straps. And notice this really, it's kind of like a decadent denim-like, what would you call this? It's like charcoal gray?
Yeah, like a charcoal gray.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Now, what I love, which I thought was really cool, is when phil&teds says, hey, listen, we know you bought that stroller. We know you bought the doubles kit. Instead of us saying this is what it comes with, what phil&teds says is, hey, listen, we're gonna give you the base stroller. You go online and pick the liners that you want, so you could customize your stroller. You could mix and match, you could choose whatever you like. What we have today is we do have their denim fabric. So in addition to buying your stroller, and it's included in the price, you get to choose whatever insert you want. So this is so awesome because I don't know if you guys know, babies are kind of gross sometimes. And you might have to throw this in the wash or hand wash, or I would actually hand wash. I would never put this in the wash. But you could wash this in case they have any peeps or poops or dropping food or whatever. And you could also buy additional sets of these. So when your stroller starts to look super jacked, you could just be like, hey, I could have a brand new stroller if I just buy an additional set of seat liners. So we have the denim ones today. So I'm not gonna put it in here because I know this is gonna sound crazy. I really like the way that the seat looks raw. I love the way this style is. I also love, if you notice, how deep this is. I know we have to go. I get so excited. I told you, Anders, I could talk forever. So this is the main seat. It has a really nice footwell that does have a little bit of a grip on it, so your kids' feet aren't gonna fly over. It has this wonderful material. It's got a I mean, we call it a crotch strap, but I'm sure there's like a real name for that. But in a nutshell, that's what it is. So that is here now. I'm gonna actually put this in an inline configuration with the doubles kit. Now remember I told you that we had the 3 different configurations at the bottom? We're gonna use the ones at the bottom right now. Do we have more leaves in there? It's like a leaf day. So watch how simple this is. I am literally just putting the stroller in there and snapping it down. It's that simple. And now I just made myself a twin stroller, guys. It's like that easy. It's that simple. So I'm gonna actually put all of this stuff on the inside. But before we do, let's grab our little baby. Does anybody have any questions about the Alpha car seat? Do you wanna see anything before we put it away? I'm gonna put her at the bottom. Actually, I'll put her at the top because then people think Ginger's a real baby and weird things happen. And that is very uncomfortable to me when people think I have a real baby and I'm being super negligent.
And while you're doing that, we do have a winner.
We do? Who's our winner?
Eve.
Eve?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So what did Eve win?
Eve won a $10 Amazon gift card. So congratulations. Use it however you see fit. You want to buy accessories for your phil&teds stroller. You want to buy yourself a fancy coffee pound that you make at home. Whatever you want, it is there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting Ginger in this lower seat. And I think it's so funny. I do love that we have that. Anders, could you come in and look at the way the seat is? I know it's weird. And a lot of people would say, but Nat, that looks so low. I'm gonna tell you right now that while we see this as a low seat with maybe not enough room, every set of twins that I have met that have had seats like this have always been really excited because it felt like their little den. It didn't feel like a stroller. It was almost like their tiny little back seat. All right, we're taking the show on the road now as soon as I put this in here. Take a look at this configuration, Anders, with them while I put this in and show them everything. Okay, you got that. I'm going to put the stuff right in here.
Are you live streaming on like fan text or some shit?
They
Yep.
locked the door on me.
They did.
They did.
Are you recording a baby?
We're recording live.
Live? Live on what?
Live on what? Twitch?
On a
Facebook.
twin parenting website.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cute. Catch us
fun
on
with your
World
babies.
Star.
Thank
Catch
you.
us on World Star.
That's how we do it. I can't. Did we lock ourselves out?
Did we?
I'm like, no, I don't need that one. I'm just gonna leave this. Oh my God, the wind is coming back. Oh my God, I'm flying. Look at this.
All of our phil&teds gears flying around.
Flying. I locked myself. Oh, and it locks automatically. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Oh, we got that. Take that. Take these. We'll take our belly bars to go. We're done. We'll see in a little bit. We're gonna take our belly bars to go. If you wanna just see, these are the belly bars that it comes with. So you could also attach a snack tray. You could do a lot of different things. But I say we hit the road.
Let's do it.
Wanna go? All right, so I vote stay on the side of me.
Okay.
We'll chill. We're gonna go the quieter route
Okay.
of things. Even with my hair back, I still think it's kind of crazy. Now, another thing that I wanna point out, and we're gonna point out a lot of things as we walk. The first time I ever saw this stroller, it wasn't the Voyager, but the first time I ever saw an inline phil&teds stroller, my twins were in preschool. And I was so freaked out because I was like, why is that kid on the ground. That is literally what I thought. And now I've had this discussion with Phil and Ted's before. Hey, buonasera.
Signora, come sta? Piacere.
So I would look at these babies and I would say, they're gonna get so dirty. And I was worried about them being so close to the ground. But like I said, every single set of twins that had used this stroller really, really loved it. And they preferred the bottom seat because it felt like their little cocoon. So I couldn't be mad. Hello. So we are here in beautiful Little Italy, and notice that I could push this easily with one hand with this fancy little pad that I have. I would say sometimes this makes me a little nervous when the pads are like this. We're gonna go this way. So sometimes it makes me a little nervous when the pads are like this because I'm always worried they're gonna wear out. But the good news is that doesn't happen anymore. Once upon a time, this used to get super gunky and sticky. So no matter where you live, whether it's a hot climate or whether it's a cold climate, you really shouldn't have a problem. And speaking of that, even in a wet climate, because of the mud guards on the tires, it's not gonna happen. Like if you just look at that. Nothing splashing up on our babies. All right, so Anders, as we walk, I think we interview you for 2 seconds. Do you want to turn this around?
Okay.
And we'll do it together. We'll selfie this as we push our babies. So we're putting Anders on the spot, and I've been calling you Anders Cooper all day.
I love it.
So now let's talk about you as a twin.
Okay.
What did you enjoy most about growing up twin?
It was really fun whenever because we'd always take piano lessons or, basketball, anything like that together.
Aw.
And it was always fun to like have just, somebody there that's always, it just feels like your other half almost, like
Yeah.
more so than I feel like, because I have an older sister too.
Ah.
But being a twin is just really unique in that
The
sense.
pair and a spare is what we
Yes.
call it in that universe. So you grew up in Colorado, and now you ended up here for work, which is very classic New York.
Of course.
So it's always good. I'm always like super intrigued when people join us in the city. We're totally making this light, by the way. That's how we do it. That's it. If it's blinking, you walk. If it's solid, then you have to stay put. So you came here you didn't come here for film school, you came here for work. You went to film school in
Yes.
Colorado.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I don't know. I don't think you expected this to be part of your day.
Not quite, but it's been a blast.
But what are the odds?
I
And we
know,
were just
right?
talking about that. Like, what are the odds that you're a twin? It's
Yeah.
really weird.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
It freaks me out.
My mom will love to hear about this tonight.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So, besides going to the same things together, what were, like, when you became teenagers, were you, dating the same person? Was there always that? Because there's always that, like, in that Parent Trap crap. That's always what I think people with twin people, whether
There was definitely a little bit of that. My brother and I went to our junior prom with 2 really close friends. So that was a pretty fun double date and all of that, yeah. We never
love
fought
that.
over anyone though, luckily.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Now, take note of this cool wall that's in front of us. So this is really just random street art that was started by a family that lives close by. And it started with literally like 1 milk container. And it's probably still over there. And then they put that up, and more people were yarn bombing, is what it's called. And I, as a fellow hooker, which means I crochet, Andrews, don't get the wrong idea. But anytime I see yarn bombing, I get really excited, so I kind of want to contribute to this, but I'm not. But take a look, it's just so fun. And why not? This is a city-owned property. It's been empty for about 7 years. They promised that we were getting a dog park. They lied. It's so bad. So they decorated it. Super fun. And it's really beautiful in the wintertime when there's snow on it too. It really looks very, very beautiful. So now we're kind of like encroaching into Soho. We're still in technically what would be considered Little Italy. But notice that you guys haven't noticed. But we have transitioned from solid concrete to this weird kind of jagged stone sidewalk. I don't even know what this is. Is it granite? I don't know what it is.
Oh.
I just know that this is one of the options but it's handling so well because the suspension on the stroller is pretty extraordinary. I really do have to say. Okay, this is where we Abbey Road it now. Crossing the street. We just got a new light here. It's brand new to our neighborhood. Very excited. Let's go down this way.
Okay.
Because then we got cobblestone. This guy's actually stopping for a green light. That was weird. And he's TLC. So, which is taxi and limitation commission.
Oh.
I haven't heard of guys. I'd be worried about the safety of that passenger. You might notice this block from other stroller videos that we've done because it's one of my favorites in the city. I love Cobblestone Plus. This is the Soho Montreal Hotel, which is like $600 a night. It's like stupid expensive. But there's this app called Hotels Tonight, and sometimes you can stay here for like $130, throwing that out. So we've done that a few times.
Oh, wow.
Which way are you coming?
On your left.
You'll see it. It's so beautiful. But I love the old cobblestone. This city really tries to get rid of the cobblestone because it's so tough on cars. But now that I have a little SUV type of car, I no longer care. But for the longest time, I had like an '86 Oldsmobile, which would literally drag on the floor. As you were driving it, you would hear the entire bottom just gently scraping the entire floor. Also, Andrew, an interesting thing to note is that I have pretty much been pushing this stroller with one hand the entire time, and it is not at all difficult. Let us attempt to go up on this.
Oh.
How is it going? It's really good. Now, one of the other side notes of having a stroller like this, which would be an inline stroller, is that we don't have the issue if your children have a size discordance. So if you and your brother, let's say like one of you is like 6 pounds heavier than the other, which sometimes happens. That was pretty good. If you were pushing a side by side, the heavier baby will always make you veer towards that side. With an inline stroller, you're always going to kind of push straight. So that's pretty good. Jules, how are we doing over there? Guys, we're almost there. We're almost to our destination. I love it. This block, when I was young, like this would be like all homeless people, crackheads. And now it's like super duper fancy bougie, which is crazy. I wish we bought real, because nobody wanted to. This should look familiar to anybody. This doesn't even look familiar to me. I feel like every time I come down the block, it's a new thing. I'm on a cross here, and I want you to watch me go down this street. Let's see how this happens. Are we ready? Wait, I gotta go up. But remember, I also don't have babies in here, so it always is going to be a little bit different. But this is one of the benefits. If you, like, truthfully, if I had to say a huge benefit of an inline stroller, would be that curb pop. Mine's the Wizard of Oz hair, we're just going to go with it. But since if you look at where all the weight is, gravity is assisting me. If I change the configuration, which by the way, I'm going to change the configuration in a little bit. If you look at the configuration, all the weight is in one spot. So when I'm going up and down a curve, it's really not that bad. And this way also, we got this baby, like literally seating out your seat. If somebody has to take a nap, no problem. Everybody can take a nap. So this is one of those configurations that's going to be super duper easy. Also, please, Anders, just make note that this is just the cover, and since it's so new, it's not folding down yet. So while it doesn't look like we have a lot of space, we actually do.
Oh, yeah.
See, because it's like, it's just still puffy. As that gets worn in, it'll be easier and easier. We gotta change our seats in a minute, but we're gonna do that at our destination because we're one block away. Oh my God! I get so excited. There's also another favorite wall of mine. I don't know why. It's just the graffiti and the red.
Oh, yeah.
Any walls with graffiti. We're coming upon Broadway now. And if you do not know, how about this? Anders, we ask him another question?
Yeah.
True. Then I feel like I'm setting it up. I feel like I'm setting it up. Okay. True or false? For another $10 Amazon gift card, Broadway is the longest street in Manhattan. True or false? answer now as we watch it. Okay. So we're coming up to Broadway, which is one of our main thoroughfares. We don't have many. This is definitely one of our mainest. Don't walk into a pole. And it goes all the way down to the Twin Towers or the World Trade Center, whatever you guys want to call it. I circle the Twin Towers, despite the fact that they're no longer twin and there's only one tower. And this goes all the way up into Harlem. That was a little clue, kids. We're gonna cross around this septic truck or whatever the hell it is. There's so many great stores here.
Let me get this kid straight.
Still won't recognize this, but we're on that weird whatever this is called again. We should find out. I just want to yell, move, tourists. New Yorker issue. I was born and raised here, by the way.
Oh yeah. Have you always lived in Little Italy?
I have never lived any place but that one.
Wow.
We're here. You know, it doesn't look like anything here, but let's see. You would have to look at it from this point of view. So go stand and come look at this way and see if this rings a bell. Okay, so I believe it was this right here. So on this spot, right here, you love. Should I make that be another question? What Disney movie was filmed on this spot? And I'm not going to say, go and now do homework. It was right about here. I will tell you, in the scene, it is night and it may actually even be raining. So let's come over here. There's nobody here. I really do want to change this configuration. But I'm not staying here while you guys try to guess. So if this is a little corner here, we're in Lower Manhattan. If you Google it, I do not even think that it's going to come up. Does Julie even know? Julie may not even know.
It's
Don't say the answer. Did anybody guess the answer yet?
Julie's asking, how am I supposed to know?
How are you going to text it to her since you
Yes.
know? Anders knows. I gave him a heads up. But Anders, let's go over here to this little area. Or let's go over there by that green window and let's change the configuration of the chair.
And then while you're doing that, we do have a question.
We do have a question.
Christina is wondering if it will push that easily with one hand if you have two little ones in there.
Yes, I do humbly believe that it will. And the reason why I believe it will is because these tires are an unusual hybrid of kind of that Forever Air and foam filled. So they're like polyurethane EVA tires. And one of the things that I noticed that was so remarkable. Uh-oh, we're rotating. It's okay.
Okay.
It'll stop in that. One of the things that I noticed when I took this out of the box was I noticed how extraordinary these tires were because they smelled differently. So one of my very first questions to Phil and Ted was, what's the deal with those tires? And now pushing it before on the way to where I met Anders, I can automatically tell they feel different. They really do feel different. I've always been a big advocate of air-filled tires. So there's a lot of companies out there, you can buy the air-filled kit if it doesn't come with them. However, I will tell you that these feel different. They really do. They feel smoother and they feel thicker and more substantial, but they don't carry the weight that goes along with the air tires. which is really interesting. Like honestly, I would not be surprised if within the next 3 years, most strollers have these particular types of polyurethane hybrid or polyhybrid EVA foam felt. Yes, did you tell Julie what it is?
Joey's actually wondering about the Broadway question.
Oh, about the Broadway question? The answer is true. It is the longest street. That's probably what it was. I don't know if she was asking about the other thing. So take a look at this configuration. I'm going to tell you the next configuration that we are going to, Andrew, do you want to show them that?
Yes.
So I'm going to talk about the next configuration that we are going to put this in. So this right now is the high five, which is the main seat by mom facing forward in the lower position, and the double kit facing out, facing mom. Put this far out. Oh, so we could also face that and put them that way. We can do that too. Let's do that. Okay? So let's play with this for a second. Okay? So all you do in order to take these out is there's little tabs right here, and you just pull up on both sides. But now look, clearly do not move your children with the seat. But if I wanted to have this child here, all it is, put this up. Yeah, I have to put this up. All it would be is an issue of making sure that I just alternate it around. Now, another thing. Another problem that people have with a lot of, not from birth up, or maybe with birth up strollers, is that a lot of moms complain that the seats don't get upright enough. Because think about this, if your kids were having a snack, like let's say you were giving them some Cheerios, you don't necessarily want your kids in this position eating Cheerios, correct? But if they're all the way up in an upright position, they could safely eat Cheerios. While we're here too, let's take a look at this canopy. Not only, this is another really special thing about this canopy. If you look, this has a solid base, so it's actually a solid frame that goes across the canopy, and it does come out a lot. But wait, Anders, there's more. If I open up this zipper, it actually has a fully extended canopy, meaning that now my kids are not going to have sun in their eyes. I mean, that's almost as low as it could go. It's not going to cover their tiny little feet. How are you doing in there, tiny baby? But she's doing pretty good. And like, you know, you're like, well, I can't see her. I'm really worried about this. I have a peekaboo window back here that is lined with mesh, so the little buggies aren't going to get to her if I'm outside, especially if I did have more netting over. But I could see her. Can you kind of see her in there? Mm-hmm. So there, here, I could actually, if the light's there, you could even see how much better we could see than that.
Yeah.
I think people are guessing.
Oh,
I
yes.
see some guesses.
We
but
do
Julie's going to have to pick our winner.
We do have a couple winners, actually.
Do we?
So for the question about whether or not Broadway is the longest through street,
Yes.
Christina wins.
Christina, congratulations on being correct about Broadway. I wonder if you're a New Yorker, then I feel like we would still give you the prize because that's how we do things. But has anybody guessed our answer?
Yes, and our winner is Annalise.
Annalise! Annalise, congratulations. Should we tell them what the answer is? Mm-hmm. The answer is this is where Enchanted was filmed. So if you've seen the movie Enchanted, which is one of my favorites, when she comes into the real world from the cartoon world, she actually comes up through that little manhole cover over there, and it was raining. And I remember when me and the twins saw it for the first time, my kids went crazy because the kids actually recognized, they didn't know it was this particular spot, but they knew it was our hood, so they were really excited about it. And then when they were little, to kill time, I would sometimes come by here and sit on the steps over there and we'd wait for her. I miss the little Anders, they were the best. Okay, let's talk about some other configurations. We've got a nice block. So I am going to grab my little cheat sheet that I have because I want to make sure that we're doing this okay. So this is the inline, but then there is also Stadium. Okay, so look guys, I got my notes out because I am definitely not messing this up. I want to give you guys some hardline stats too. So for us, there's no way that I could ever remember how much every stroller weighs. I humbly apologize. This particular stroller is 32 pounds and does have a super slim width of 23 inches. So the open dimensions are 42 and a half high, 22 and an eighth wide, and 39.8 long. The seat max load is 44 pounds for this main seat, and then with the doubles kit, it's 33 pounds. That unfortunately is another one of those signs that you know it's not a twin stroller necessarily because the seats don't hold the same amount of weight. Okay, are we ready now? Now, look, we're gonna leave this main seat where it is, and now we're gonna move the doubles kit, is what we're calling it. I choked myself on the handle, and I'm going to put it in the front. Is this actually gonna go? I'm hesitant. Anders, it's going. Hold on, we're gonna put her up straight. We gotta put you up straight. Is that gonna go? No, because you know why? We gotta put the extenders on. Okay, hold this baby. Okay, Anders has got a baby. I'm getting a baby. We're gonna put this here. Another thing that I want to tell you is that these little clips slide out, and when they slide out, look, if we slide them out, this is what I learned yesterday, which I thought was so fascinating. We could change, that's totally wrong, don't ever use that. But this is it. We slide it out, and now instead of this being in the front, was it just like this? I can't even remember. Here, now watch this. Now we just gave ourselves some extra room. The main seat fits here. And now I'll take my double seat. And now my double seat fits here. And look how much room I just created by just changing this little kit. Did you guys see that? So this is, they could take a nap. Everybody's good. I'd have to move this foot wall. It's like a crazy day. Welcome to New York, guys. Anders, have you gotten used to all the insanity of our city yet?
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. So we can, until their legs are kind of flapping over, they can sit in this position. But it's so funny that like I said, it's like the Lego of strollers because we keep changing configurations and we got it. So this is another option that we have, which is definitely kind of more traditional of what an inline or a tandem stroller would be, but this is the stadium seating. So we have somebody who got the cheap seats, but closer to the field, and then somebody in the nosebleed section, but has easier access to more. What's the matter, little baby? I keep with you. So we have this configuration. How's our time, Anders? I feel like I'm talking too much.
We're doing good.
4:47
4:47 right now.
It's 4:47?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, guys, we're talking for 47 minutes? Jeez Louise, guys. The basket holds up to 22 pounds. Take a look at our basket too. I know that when it's in this configuration, we actually have plenty of room down here in our basket. So 22 pounds. Somebody's glaucoma is acting up, is what I call that. I'll take a sentence, so somebody's glaucoma, if you know what's happening, is what's happening. So this is the stadium seating. And then we had the end line, the main seat by mom facing forward in lower position. Doubles kit, far out. Okay, now, we could also, if we want to, okay, and like I said, we have so many different options. We could also, hold the seat here for a second. Remember we had those extender clips that we used when we had on our car seats? Watch how wild this is. This is so wild to me. But we could take this and put it up here, and look at that. That doesn't look crazy. That's like a super nutty configuration, but it's awesome. And I can change it any way that I want. Come on, come on. You know how this goes. We're not the first people. We're just making a stroller video. We can also face it that way. Okay, we got that. Now, can we do this? We can also face it this way. So your possibilities are stupidly endless. So this is, in a nutshell, this is the phil&teds Voyager Stroller, which works from birth up to 44 for the main seat, 33 for the second seat or the twin seat or whatever we're calling that. I forgot the name of what that's called, a doubles kit. Boom, sometimes it works. But this is currently available to you guys. It is definitely something to look into. Phil&teds is on with us now. I'm gonna make sure that we did not miss anything, but we want to let you know we do have a main prize. And so today, because I'm obsessed, it's like they're censoring me. Honestly. See? Now this is where I would probably get out of my car, knock on his window, and ask him if there's a problem. Like if I was in front of him. And that is probably someday how I will die by being beaten to death by somebody in a car. Because I can't, like, why would you honk like that, guys? Do me a favor, use this as an exercise in patience. And when you're driving and that guy is behind you, sing a song to it, or I always pretend that I'm cursing, like in a Bugs Bunny cartoon, and then I would go back to speaking regularly with my children, because that's all you can do. And remember, they're always watching you. So if you're in the car or in the street, don't get aggravated by people that are around you, because their eyes are always on you. And if you're snippy, and if you're cursing at people, like some people I know, your kids are gonna grow up to be that kind of driver too. Just like I am a shadow of my father with my very foul language in a car, I know my kids are gonna be a shadow of me. So guys, this is it. Julie, we are giving away this $100 Amazon gift card. We're gonna do a one more once-over of this stroller. Anders is gonna take a look at it, whether it's the up, the down. I want you to look at it. If there's any configurations you wanna see, let me know. I just wanna make sure they're not moving. That's the Holland Tunnel going to Jersey. Let's go stand by that guy. Come on, Anders. You can't even see what he looks like, but we're going to stay here just to annoy people. Is that wrong? Don't be mad at me. Thank you so much. I don't have clothes for them yet. Thank God they're not real. I thought about that. I knew somebody. I said, honestly, I used some babies that look like babies, but then I would walk around and everybody would be like, why are you looking at them like that? I don't feel like being judged today, everyone. So I took out my super fake babies. But that's not bad. I'm sorry, guys. What's blowing in the air? The pollen. Oh, man. I need an Allegro. We need an Allegro over here. Does anybody get us anything? So we're doing a video. I want to say hi. I don't know if you're wanted by the FBI. Are you a twin? Have any relation to twins? Because that won't be weird. Family, thank God. So, I'm Matt. John's husband. That's Andrew.
How's it going, Matt?
So we're all twin families on that side of the camera. And so this is a new twin story that came out. And we're putting it through this Places Live because it doesn't make sense to film something and then somebody has a question they can't ask me. So I just do it this way, John. What are you selling, John? Something fancy. We can't afford your store, John, so we're not going to come in. I'm afraid my babies will throw up, and then I'm going to have to buy something. I'm very weird about it. What is this? Is it building?
Yeah, it's temporary.
Of course it is, John. Everything. I'm the only one that stays. How do you like working, John?
I do a rent security, so I'm not.
So you're always here.
I'm not always there.
If I see you, John, Matt, remember. Let me know. I was just coming to pressure that guy to stop honking. That's why I moved. That's why I moved, John. That's why I was like, maybe I'll stop. This is what happens. Okay, so this is it. There's a ton of accessories too, guys. I just want to let you know. Let's move away from John's store so that he can sell stuff because I don't want to do that to him. But this is contemporary lighting made to order in Brooklyn. What is this? Is it clothes? Everything, I'm telling you, it's just way too fancy over here now. I go to Target in Jersey. So they have, so they do make a lot of different products. And one thing that I think is so crazy, and I hope that they put in a link, they actually make a bouncer accessory so we could take their main seats and make it as a bouncer. It's called a Lazy Ted. You guys are not gonna believe it. Out of everything that phil&teds makes, it is all time one of my favorite. I love things that turn into a million things like this stroller. And the fact that I could buy this stroller and then have 2 bouncy seats is a huge deal for me. Plus, I don't know if you've ever seen their travel cots. Their travel cots are also really, really extraordinary. So in a nutshell, guys, this stroller, the phil&teds Voyager, is a 1+1. It can accommodate twins with a doubles kit. It can accommodate 2 car seats of your choice. We showed you the Alpha at the beginning of this conversation. You have to buy the optional extender clips, but guys, go take a look at it. I'm really putting my papers away because that's just the way that we do things. But I would like if you guys had the option of winning a $100 Amazon gift card, and Julie's gonna put up a link, you enter to win. And we specifically do that because I feel bad for the people that are gonna watch this at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they're like, I missed all the fun. I didn't get to answer the enchanted question. Well, they certainly have another option to watch this later and then win some more prizes. So for now, did we name this baby?
Yes, I think we did get it. We got a lot of really good suggestions,
Okay.
but I think we did come to an agreement on one, and I think we are going to
I thought you were choosing. Did Julie take control of that?
maybe.
I fear that.
But I agree with her
Jules?
choice.
Okay, the choice is
Judy.
Judy. Okay. So we got Judy and Ginger today. She looks like a Judy. I have to say. She's definitely right. Well, guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go to phil&teds for more information we have. For questions?
The high 5 configuration.
The high 5. I thought that was our high 5
that-
configuration. Which was, let's go to our high 5 configuration. I'm taking out my paperwork to reiterate. So the main seat by mom facing forward in the lower position. All right, so let's go against the wall. Watch my eyeballs. High 5. The main seat. Judy? Down, Judy. The lower position. Okay, so look how easy this is to snap off. And then why, Anders, literally, every time, there it is, I have to just get to know this. So it goes like this in the lower position. And then, hold on, we're reading our notes because it's confusing me. Okay, so main seat by mom facing forward in the lower position, and the doubles kit far out facing mom. That was it. That was the far
okay.
out. That was it. I was good. I kind of knew what I was doing. So phil&teds, if you guys want to see any more configurations, let me know. But like I said, the extenders could be used on the front, the doubles kit could be used on the back, and you just figure it out. There is no wrong way to use the stroller if it's the right way for you. The only thing that I would really say is that the seat that comes with the stroller should always stay in this position because this is the heavier seat and you always want to make it the easiest to push. So put most of your weight here, and then your doubles kit could either go in the front or the back and you move it around. I think that's it, Anders. I think I'm pretty excited by everything that we showed you today. So for more information, guys, of course, you could always check back with us at Twiniversity.com. Go enter our fancy pants giveaway for $100. Thank you to phil&teds because I love that they let me do crazy things like this because it's got me out of my house for the day. It also got me out of my shell for the day. I was going into the bunker, I think with the rain yesterday, I just wanted to bunker down. But this was so much fun. And this is really, if you know that you could only fit a slim stroller and that a side-by-side is never gonna be an option for you, definitely go check out the Voyager, take a look around, go see it in person, please. I know you wanna buy stuff online, but please don't always buy stuff online. Go to a store, feel it. Feel how great the handle feels. Feel how plush this fabric is. Feel how sturdy those wheels are. I really want you guys to see this in the first person. The honky McHonks a lot are back. Anders, do you want to say goodbye, everybody?
Yeah, let's give him a goodbye.
Bye, guys. See you later,
Bye.
alligators. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.